Amidst the backdrop of the Cold War, Taiwan underwent a period of political repression known as the White Terror. This dark chapter in Taiwanese history unfolded under the rule of Chiang Kai-shek and his nationalist party Kuomintang or KMT. This article serves as a documentary-style exploration of the White Terror in Taiwan, revealing the historical context, key events, and the enduring impact on Taiwanese society during the Cold War. Part 1. The Kuomintang Retreat to Taiwan. The documentary begins by contextualizing the origins of the White Terror, tracing back to the Chinese Civil War 1927-1949. As the communist forces led by Mao Zedong emerged victorious on the mainland, Chiang Kai-shek and the defeated nationalist forces retreated to Taiwan in 1949. This marked the beginning of the authoritarian rule that would characterize Taiwan for decades. Part 2. Suppression of political opposition. Under Chiang Kai-shek's leadership, the KMT sought to establish a stronghold on Taiwan and eliminate perceived threats to its rule. The documentary explores the suppression of political opposition, with the KMT targeting individuals associated with leftist ideologies, perceived communist sympathies, or anyone deemed a potential threat to the regime. Part 3. The February 28 Incident. A pivotal moment in the White Terror era was the February 28 incident of 1947. Sparked by a clash between government officials and a cigarette vendor in Taipei, the incident escalated into a widespread anti-government uprising. The KMT responded with brutal force, initiating a wave of arrests, executions, and the establishment of martial law. Part 4. Martial law and authoritarian rule. The documentary details the imposition of martial law in Taiwan, a draconian measure that lasted for nearly 4 decades. The KMT, under Chiang Kai-shek and later his son Chiang Ching-kuo, wielded sweeping powers to suppress dissent, control information, and maintain strict ideological conformity. Part 5. Political persecution and thought reform. The White Terror extended beyond direct political opposition, encompassing a wide range of individuals, including intellectuals, activists, and even those suspected of harboring dissenting thoughts. The documentary explores the methods of political persecution and thought reform employed by the KMT, which included imprisonment, torture, and ideological re-education. Part 6. Legacy of Fear and Silence. The long-lasting impact of the White Terror was the cultivation of a culture of fear and silence. Taiwanese society lived under the shadow of political persecution, with citizens hesitant to express dissent or discuss politically sensitive topics. The legacy of this atmosphere continued to shape the social and political dynamics of Taiwan for decades. Part 7. Transition to Democracy. The documentary traces Taiwan's gradual transition to democracy, beginning in the late 20th century. As international pressure mounted and internal calls for political reform grew, Taiwan underwent a profound shift in its political landscape. The lifting of martial law in 1987 marked the end of the White Terror era. Part 8. Truth and Reconciliation. In recent years, there has been increased awareness and efforts towards acknowledging the injustices of the White Terror period. The documentary reflects on ongoing initiatives for truth and reconciliation, including public apologies, historical investigations, and the establishment of memorials to commemorate the victims of political persecution. Conclusion. The White Terror in Taiwan, as documented in this exploration, stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of political repression during the Cold War. The documentary sheds light on the historical context, key events, and the enduring impact of the White Terror on Taiwanese society. Understanding this dark chapter is essential for comprehending Taiwan's journey from authoritarian rule to democracy and the ongoing efforts to reconcile with its tumultuous past.